D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my weekend review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, I will leave the articles or the links to the articles that I pulled up to do this video. And you can check them out and read them for yourself, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to read it to you like a child. But before I get started on this video, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we usually get pushed to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about this story. All right, so for my first story this week, and this is really exciting for me personally. Okay, so this comes from Deadline, my favorite. And it says, I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel in the works at Sony with Jennifer Kaytin Robinson, whatever. I hate it when people have 3 names. Directing, well, not hate, I just don't like it. And then Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. in talks to return. Ooh, okay. So I just want to tell you before I start reading this thing. So when I Know What You Did Last Summer came out, that was like huge. Like I was like, I loved that movie when I was younger. Now, I mean, like I can appreciate it, but I have problems with that movie, which I do want to talk about, but I want to read this article first. But I loved that movie. You know, I was like, oh, I want to go as the slasher for Halloween, the hook and everything. And you know, and it had Sarah Michelle Gellar in it, and it had Ryan Philippe, all these hot people, all these beautiful people and everything. And then they did the sequel, and the sequel was not good, in my opinion. And I guess there was a third one, but I didn't see that one. And then there was a TV show on Amazon, I think, and I didn't see that either, because I was like, you know what, I'm just done with it. If Jennifer Love Hewitt's not in it, I'm not interested. And it looks like she's coming back, you guys, and Freddie Prinze Jr., which I'm all in for if they do. If they don't come back, I'm not interested. I'm not interested at all. So let's read this article. And then I want to talk to you about the problems that I have with the first movie, just because I hope that if you have seen the movie, hold on, I want to check something. If you have seen the movie, maybe you'll agree with me. Okay, so here's the article. Okay, it says, following the successful relaunch of Scream, Sony Pictures is looking to blow new life into its own slasher franchise, as sources tell Deadline that Jennifer Kaytin Robinson has been tapped to direct a sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer, with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. in talks to reprise their roles. Insiders say the project is in early development and that Neil H. Moritz is in talks to return as producer, with Leah McKendrick on board to write the script. I don't know who Leah McKendrick is, but this is good. I mean, and of course, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt would return. I mean, what are those two doing these days? I mean, Jennifer Love Hewitt, what have we seen her in lately? Like, come on. And then Freddie Prinze Jr., yeah, he has his voiceover stuff and maybe some Netflix nonsense, but so what? I mean, like these two need another hit, and of course they're going to come back. And said Sony had no comment on the project. Of course they would. So it says the original pick follows 4 young friends bound by a tragic accident who are reunited when they find themselves being stalked by a hook-wielding maniac in their small seaside town, which I always thought was charming. The original was a hit and not only led to a sequel, but also helped launch the careers of Hewitt, Prinze, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Ryan Philippe. Plot details for this latest installment are unknown. Now, I'll talk about that in a minute, but okay, let's just keep reading this because I just have so many thoughts. Okay, so it says, while McKendrick is penning the pick, the idea for the new film came from Robinson and McKendrick, who blew away studio execs when they pitched this idea for a sequel last fall. Especially given the recent success of the Scream franchise, that film was recently relaunched with original cast members returning, and the idea of bringing back original cast members to draw in old school fans while also adding fresh faces to relaunch the series was too good for the studio to pass up. Well, of course it was. I mean, The latest Scream wasn't my favorite. It's but it was nice to see Nev Campbell and all them return. So I mean, I'm on board for this, especially because I'm of an older generation. But like I said, this movie is a part of my childhood personally, and so therefore I'm down with the sickness. You know what I'm saying? So where am I? Another big factor was the recent success of Robinson's Netflix pick, Do Revenge, which was lauded for its throwbacks to the late 90s picks like Cruel Intentions, and was lauded Cruel Intentions, and was something execs knew Robinson could tap into when developing the new story. I didn't see that movie. Maybe I'll watch it after this, but I doubt it. Anyways, Sony also saw it important to not reboot the franchise, but do a sort of pass of the torch type sequel where original cast members are brought back as a new generation cast members are added to the ensemble, similar to films like Scream or Creed. Once the idea was pitched by Robinson and McKendrick, the next step was getting Hewitt and Prinze back on board, which the two were game after hearing the pitch. I have a feeling that they could have been like, we're going to give you guys superpowers to fight the bad guy. And they'd be like, I'm on board. Because like, what are they doing right now? And they need that money, and they're actors, so they want to stay relevant, even though they're not. So, all right. So it says for Robinson, Do Revenge was her most recent directing outing and earned her high marks for the first-time filmmaker. Prior to that, she was a writer on Marvel's Thor: Love and Thunder and was consulting producer on Hawkeye. Okay, Red Flag was Thor: Love and Thunder. What a crap show that was. And then a consulting producer. I mean, that's fine. I liked Hawkeye, so I'm fine with that. So it says outside the Marvel universe, Robinson also penned Unpregnant for HBO Max. Never saw it. And her directing debut for Netflix was Someone Great. She is who cares? McKendrick wrote, produced, and co-starred in the vigilante thriller MFA alongside Francesca Eastwood, which premiered on SXSW. What is that, South by Southwest? Leah's rom-com feature Voicemails for Isabel. I haven't seen any of this. Was preempted by Sony and landed her on the blacklist in 2019. She is repped by Who Cares. Next for her, Scrambled, which was stars McKendrick and Nellie Robinson, a broke single 34-year-old. Sorry, Hewitt and Prinze are repped by Gersh. Okay, no one cares. Who I hate when they put who they're repped by, because I don't know about you, but I personally don't care. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about, right? So this is my only thing about this movie. Who could the killer be? And I have issues with both I Know What You Did Last Summer and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I didn't watch the third one. I don't care who the killer is, and I didn't watch that TV show because I'm pretty sure it was garbage. So in the first movie, right, they hit it. By the way, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. So in the first movie, they hit a guy with their car while they're driving and drinking, right? And they can't find the body, so they're all like, "Oh, screw it, let's just go home." And you see this guy drinking on a cliff or whatever, and he's got this little necklace that spins or whatever and everything. So then they leave and they're all like, "We never found the body," and everything. Then, fast forward, the guy comes back and he's like, "I know what you did last summer," kind of thing, right? And then you find out that the guy at the beginning was the murderer. It was his daughter's boyfriend, and she died and the dad blamed him. So he killed that guy, like threw him over that little cliff or whatever. And then the dad got hit by the car, right? And the whole time with that, the problem with that movie is you never have a chance to figure out who the bad guy is. And that's the problem with that I have with some, scary movies. There should be some little clues throughout the movie so you can guess who the murderer is, and you have no idea who it is. It's just some rando that they throw at the end. I'm all like, how would we have known that was the killer? Okay. And in the second one, it's still the same guy, but it's like they're at a hotel where the kids were born, and I'm all like, this is just so convoluted. I don't even know all that's going on. Like I'm all like, I honestly don't know what's going on in this movie. Like, I remember watching the second one as a kid, just going, this is not good. But at the same time, I'm all here for it. So my only thought is, who could the killer be now? And one, and two, is it going to be just as convoluted and like you can't figure out who the killer is like the first one? Because that would really annoy me. Like, I need to know who the Jack the Ripper guy is. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, this all sounds exciting. Like, I'm all here for it. I am down with the sickness. I am ready to launch this. I am a-okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially that Hewitt and Prinze Jr. is back. So I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm all down with it. So that is my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week, hold on to your britches, punks. So Yellowstone. Okay, so it says Kevin Costner. This is also from Deadline, my favorite. So it says Kevin Costner Cowboy drama series plots end as Taylor Sheridan eyes franchise extension with Matthew McConaughey. Now, I don't know if you watch Yellowstone, just started it. I'm only on season 1, like I'm 3 episodes in. So far, I mean, it's okay. I'm not dissing on it and I'm not praising it, but yeah. Let me read this article and tell you exactly what is going on with this, because it's interesting. And I mean, it's just true Hollywood fashion with some of these like actors and stuff. It's kind of obnoxious. Anyways, so it says exclusive. Yellowstone TV's top-rated drama may end in spectacular fashion. Deadline understands that Taylor Sheridan, co-creator and showrunner, Paramount Global and Paramount Network, are moving to end their signature show in its current form. But they are plotting a potential franchise extension to continue the Dutton saga, a new show with Matthew McConaughey in talks to star. It is unclear which of the Yellowstone cast will move over to the McConaughey-led series, but it is expected to include several of the big stars. We have no news to report. Kevin Costner is a big part of Yellowstone, and we hope that's the case for a long time to come, thanks to the brilliant mind of Taylor Sheridan. We are always working on franchise extensions of this incredible world, but he has built. Matthew McConaughey is a phenomenal talent with whom we'd love to partner. A Paramount Network spokesperson told Deadline. The crux of the issue with the original Yellowstone series involves star Kevin Costner and disagreements over shooting schedules. And we'll talk about this just 1 second, because Kevin Costner, man, come on, get it together, dude. Sources tell Deadline that Costner, who had originally limited himself to 65 days of shooting on Yellowstone, only wanted to shoot for 50 days for the first part of the current season. But for the second batch of episodes of the current 5th season of Yellowstone, the actor who just won Best Television Actor in a Drama Series at the Golden Globes only wanted to spend a week shooting. What? Okay. Costner is directing and starring in his multi-part Western epic Horizon, which he co-wrote with John Baird, that landed at Warner Brothers Pictures and New Line. Good for him. Given that Costner plays John Dutton, the patriarch of the Dutton clan, this has been a source of frustration for Sheridan, and it is understood to be causing morale problems for the other stars of the show, which includes Luke Grimes, Kelly Riley, Wesley. Okay, all these fun people. Sorry. We are told Paramount Network has declined Costner's most recent proposal and instead has made the decision to move on to the other show, sources said. What all parties, which is just ridiculous. Costner is so crazy. Okay. Shoot, I messed this up. Boom. Okay. What all parties are now wrangling. Oh gosh. I apologize. Wrangling is the Yellowstone franchise extension that Sheridan will write with McConaughey as the star. The True Detective star is currently in negotiations. Because of the wild success of the prequel series 1983, 1923, and extensions on upcoming Sheridan shows, the studio has more flexibility and isn't as dependent on Yellowstone as was the case 2 years ago. The new show will start on the linear cable channel Paramount Network and stream exclusively on Paramount Plus. It isn't clear at present whether the McConaughey franchise extensions will be set on the Dalton Ranch in Montana or elsewhere, but the new project is way more than just talk. Born out of the continued disagreements over the leasing amount time Costner willing to spend shooting the series. I'm not going to read too much of this because it talks about the prequel and then stuff, and we don't need to get into all that stuff. Oh, they did mention, okay, so they want to do, they're also working on a Bass Reeves show, which they are currently shooting with David Oyelowo. I like David Oyelowo, and the Bass Reeves story, like, I'm not going to watch it just because, and I don't watch the 1983 show. I'm not going to watch that either because I don't care. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about what happened in Yonder Days or 1923. I don't care about that stuff. But I do, and I'm not gonna watch the Bass Reeves show just because I know a ton about Bass Reeves. I don't need to watch a whole show to relearn everything. Although I do really like David Oyelowo. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. And I love Helen Mirren, and I love Tim McGraw, and I love Harrison Ford. Yeah, I love all of them, but I just can't do it. I just can't. There's too many shows, and I just want to watch the one show. Anyway, so it says Costner's John Dalton character has weathered hitmen as seen at the end of season 3, when the whole family, I just spoiled it for myself, when the family was attacked and scrupulously real estate developers attempting to wrest control of the sprawling Montana-based Dutton Ranch away from him. It would be ironic that the thing that likely will loose the character from his beloved spread is the actor playing him and the inability to come to an agreement on time commitment. We're hearing that it's quite possible that Yellowstone will end with the second half of the current season, which aired its 8th episode at the beginning of January and is set to return in the summer. Sheridan already has a busy dance card for the Yellowstone extended universe. Okay, so he just wants to shoot for a week. Now, I go, one, don't end it. This is like, I do not understand actors at all. I personally would ride that money train straight to the bank. I'd just be like, listen, we're going to have to renegotiate the shooting times. I know I said 65 and it's 50, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But I really need to pull it back because there's other things I would like to work on. So why don't can we work something out, you guys? And then maybe I can, not be in the show as much, or we can film, a bunch of stuff all at once, but a week, I don't think so. I would try not to get rid of this cash cow. And Kevin Costner, I don't understand. Like I said, I don't understand actors. I really, really don't. It's so confusing to me. As far as the Matthew McConaughey stuff, I am down for that. I love Matthew McConaughey. He's great. I think he's just like super fun. I think he's a good actor. I really like him, personally. His wife is so freaking hot. And I might watch that show also because it's hard for me to get into these shows that are like 5 seasons in. But if I start it fresh and new, I'll stick with it unless it gets really, really bad. But, I just, listen, I wish them all the luck, but Kevin Costner, man, get it together. This is ridiculous. And, Sheridan, try to work with him, but just be like, you're not going to get a week. We're not going to shoot for just a week. I mean, maybe like, maybe you could bust it down to 30 days and not film, not have his character in it as much, I'm not quite sure what they could do, but, I would just try to get it going. You know what I'm saying? I would try not to get rid of that cash cow, because, that's like the original. You don't want to get rid of the original. So that is my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, now I'm bringing this to you because I'm not going to lie. Stories were a little, short as of filming this week. So I grabbed this one from comicbookmovie.com, not my favorite website, but whatever. But it says Constantine 2. Warner Brothers confirms that Keanu Reeves-led sequel is still moving forward. And I just go, why didn't they announce it in that little stupid meeting that they had or whatever? By the way, I saw the room that they did that whole DC meeting thing. It's like the size of my office. It's insane, which is not very big. And I'm all like, oh, I thought it was a little bit bigger than that. No, it was not. It was very small. I was like, this is crazy bones. Okay, so it says despite a rumor doing the rounds at Warner Brothers Discovery had pulled the plug on its planned Constantine sequel, the studio has now confirmed that the movie is still blazing ahead, which I'm all for. I like that first Constantine movie. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I personally liked it. I like the character of Constantine. I do wish that he had a British accent, but what are you going to do? And I love Keanu Reeves. That man, I love that man. He is great. He's so sexy too. Okay, so it says, see, here's the article right here. Here's their article saying it's scrapped. And I looked, this one's more up to date than that one right there. Anyways, despite rumors to the contrary, it seems that Constantine 2 is very much live at Warner Brothers Discovery. Entertainment Weekly has confirmed that the sequel has not been scrapped, with Keanu Reeves still set to reprise the role of the chain-smoking occultist. Director Francis Lawrence will also return to helm the film. Didn't he do the Hunger Games? Ugh, that's gonna be bad. Never mind. I take it back. It's not gonna be bad. I'm not excited for it anymore. So it says DC Studios co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran unveiled the first chapter of their new DCU slate this week. In correction, the part 1 of their first chapter. It's a little convoluted what's going on over there. I'm a little nervous, but at the same time I'm excited. Anyway, and Constantine 2 was not mentioned, although Gunn did reveal that more projects will be announced soon. We're not sure if the sequel will be part of the DCU or an Elseworlds project like Todd Phillips' Joker movies or Matt Reeves' The Batman. But John Constantine is closely linked to Swamp Thing in the comics, so there's some speculation that the character could be reintroduced as the main DCU's JC. The first Constantine received mixed reviews when it was released back in 2005, but despite the Americanized interpretation of the source magic wielder and a few more liberties with the source material, fans reacted well to Reeves' take on the anti-hero, and the movie has gained a strong following over the years. Good. How do you guys feel about that's the end of the article. Okay, so let me just give you my thoughts on this. First off, like I said before, I liked the John Constantine, the Keanu Reeves movie. I liked it personally, and I think going forward, a sequel is pretty good. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I think that Peter Safran and James Gunn need to get it together. Like, I think that them waiting to decide to release the first phase, I think that was a bad choice. They should have waited a little bit longer. I know he said he was like, you'll have it, in the first month of the new year. And I'm all like, I'd have just been like, sorry, guys, I lied. I'm like, we need a little bit more time to just like figure out the kinks and everything, because I'm all like, what's going on here? Is Keanu Reeves Constantine a part of the DCU? And is that first movie a part of the DCU? It's so confusing. It's like I'm trying to I want to love what you're talking about, but I don't understand what you're talking about. And so it's like convoluted. It's like a puzzle, but it's not put together yet. And you're all like, I don't know what the picture is. So how can I keep building this puzzle? It's a little crazy, but at the same time, I love James Gunn, so I have faith in him, but let's see if my faith will be rewarded. So that was my last story of the week, you guys. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about them doing an I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. reprising their roles from the first movie and the second movie? I think Freddie Prinze Jr. was he in that second movie? Maybe he was just at the beginning. But tell me what you guys think about this. I think this is a great idea. I'm excited for it. Because even though, you know, like I said, they mentioned Scream in this article, but like I said, you know, Scream 5 wasn't my favorite, but I am so happy that they brought back the original cast, and you know, this again, I'm quite excited for it, and I think it'll hopefully do well, you know. And then tell me, how do you guys feel about Kevin, this Yellowstone situation? Do you like Yellowstone? Do you watch Yellowstone? How do you feel about Kevin Costner, you know, not only wanting to film a week and everything, and then them bringing in Matthew McConaughey to do like a spin-off series and then ending the original series? It just seems like it'll be like, I don't know, weird, you know, not having the original show on, you know, but you've got this like these prequel series and stuff. I don't know. It's very weird. But again, I love Kevin Costner. I'm not trying to be a jerk to him, but you know, get it together, sister. And then finally, how do you guys feel about this Constantine 2 movie? And are you happy that it's you know, that the sequel's still going forward at Warner Brothers, or do you think that's a misstep and they should just cancel it along with everything else that's not the main DCU? And how do you feel about James Gunn's, you know, leadership so far? Are you scared? Are you like me where you have faith in him, but you're just like, what's going on here, dude? Because I don't know what's going on. You're not telling me anything, and daddy needs to know. You know what I'm saying? But tell me what you guys think about all of this. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.